Imagine living a life so full, so vibrant, that you not only reach your second century, but also spend over 100 of those years helping others thrive. That's the kind of health wisdom we're diving into today, inspired by the remarkable Leila Denmark, a pediatrician born on February 1, 1898, who lived until April 1, 2012. At 114 years old, she wasn't just one of the longest living doctors. She practiced medicine until she was 103, caring for kids with a gentle hand and a sharp mind. While she's no longer with us, her story sets the stage for a journey into what it means to live long and live well, wisdom you can carry into your own life starting right now. Leila's legacy isn't just about numbers, it's about purpose. Picture her in a small office, stethoscope around her neck, chatting with parents about their little ones well into her 90s, even past 100. She didn't slow down because age told her to. She kept going because she loved it, because she knew her work mattered. You might wonder, how does someone stay that sharp, that engaged, for so long? It's not magic, it's a mix of practical habits and a heart tuned to helping others. And that's what we're here to unpack together. Real, everyday choices that add up to a life well lived. Think about the doctors you've known in your own life. Maybe there was one who seemed timeless, always ready with a warm smile and a good story. Leila was like that, but on a whole other level. Among well-known physicians, she holds the record for the longest lifespan at 114, though plenty of others have made it past 104, often working into their 90s or even beyond. What's the secret? It's not about chasing some fountain of youth, it's about living with intention. Let's walk through this together and see what you can take from it for yourself. One thing Leila understood was the power of staying connected. She spent her days with families, listening to their worries, celebrating their joys. A friend once shared a story about her own grandmother, let's call her Clara, who lived to 107, not a doctor, but a gardener who never stopped tending her roses. Clara swore her trick was fresh air and good company. She'd sit on her porch, swapping tales with neighbors, her hands stained with soil. Leila's version was her patience. Those bonds kept her young. What about you? Who lights up your days and keeps you grounded? Now, let's shift gears a bit. Leila's specialty was pediatrics, and that's no small thing. Kids have a way of keeping you on your toes, their energy, their questions, their honesty. Working with them until 103 meant she never let herself slip into autopilot. Think about how you feel when you're around young people, whether it's your kids, grandkids, or even a niece or nephew. They pull you into the moment, don't they? That's a gift Leila leaned into every day, and it's something you can tap into too, staying present, staying curious. Let's talk food for a minute, because health wisdom isn't complete without it. Leila was practical. She didn't fuss over fancy diets, but she knew good fuel matters. Imagine a plate of steamed greens, bright and crisp, paired with a piece of fish, so flaky. It melts in your mouth. Nothing complicated, just real food that keeps you strong. A colleague once told me about his dad, Tom, who hit 98 and still cooked every meal, simple stuff like oatmeal with berries or a hearty vegetable soup bubbling on the stove. What's on your table these days? Could a small tweak make you feel lighter, sharper? Here's a question to chew on. What keeps you moving? For Leila, it was her work, but it doesn't have to be a job. Maybe it's a hobby, like painting or walking your dog through the park as the leaves crunch underfoot. Staying active isn't about running marathons, it's about motion that feels good to you. I remember meeting an older woman, Sarah, at 92, who danced in her kitchen every night to old jazz records. She'd sway with a grin, saying it kept her heart happy. What's your version of that dance? Leila's story also reminds us that rest isn't optional, it's essential. She didn't burn out at 103 because she knew when to pause. Picture her sitting quietly after a long day, maybe sipping tea, letting her mind settle. You don't have to grind yourself down to prove anything. A good night's sleep or a slow morning with the sun warming your face can do wonders. How do you recharge when life gets heavy? Finding that balance is part of the wisdom we're sharing here. Let's keep this real. None of this is about perfection. Leila wasn't superhuman. She was just consistent. She showed up day after day with a clear head and a kind word. You don't need to overhaul your life overnight. Start small, maybe swap that extra coffee for a glass of water, or take 5 minutes to stretch while the kettle boils. Little steps like that build into something big. What's one tiny change you could try today? Community plays a huge role too. Leila didn't do this alone. She had patience, friends, a network that kept her going. Think about the people in your corner. A buddy of mine, Jake, now 85, hosts a weekly card game. Nothing fancy, just laughter and a few bad jokes over a rickety table. It's his lifeline, and it shows. Who's in your circle? Maybe it's time to call someone up, share a story, or invite them over for that soup Tom would have loved. Now, let's pull this together with something practical. Say you're feeling stuck, tired, maybe a little foggy. Leila's example says, don't wait for a big fix. Step outside, breathe deep, let the cool air wake you up. Pair that with a meal that's easy, but nourishing. Think roasted sweet potatoes, their edges caramelized and sweet, alongside a handful of nuts for crunch. It's not rocket science, but it's life-changing when you stick with it. What's one thing you can do right now to feel a bit more alive? Here's where it gets fun. This isn't just about you, it's about us. Leila's wisdom lives on when we share it. So, what do you think so far? Drop a comment below and tell me what's one piece of health wisdom you've picked up from someone older and wiser. Maybe it's your mom's trick for a killer chicken broth, simmering low with garlic and herbs until the whole house smells like comfort, or your grandpa's habit of walking after dinner, his steady steps, a quiet lesson in consistency. I'd love to hear it, and so would everyone watching. Let's build this together. Imagine the stories piling up: your aunt's secret to a perfect sleep, a warm glass of milk with a pinch of nutmeg, or that neighbor who swore by honey and lemon every morning. Sharing these gems doesn't just keep them alive, it weaves us into a tapestry of care and connection. What's your thread in this? Leila practiced pediatrics because she believed in the future. Every child she helped was a step toward something better. You've got that power too. Every choice you make ripples out: how you eat, how you move, how you connect. It's not just about adding years, it's about filling them with meaning. Take a second. What's one way you want to show up for yourself or someone else tomorrow? That's where the real magic happens. Maybe it's slicing an apple to share with your kid, the crisp snap, a small joy, or calling a friend to laugh over nothing at all. Picture those moments spreading out like pebbles in a pond, touching lives you might not even see. Leila knew this. Each checkup, each smile, built something lasting. You're crafting that legacy too, in your own way, with every intentional step you take. Let's zoom out for a moment. Among doctors, Leila's 114 years stand tall, but those others hitting 104 or more. They're proof this isn't a fluke. They worked late into life, not out of duty, but joy. You don't have to be a physician to get this. Find what lights you up and hold on to it. A neighbor, Ellie, 89, knits blankets for every new baby on her street. Her fingers fly and her eyes sparkle. What's your spark? How can you fan it into a flame? Maybe it's tending a garden, dirt under your nails as blooms burst forth, or fixing up old radios, the hum of static turning to music. These folks didn't chase time, they filled it, like Ellie with her soft yarn or Leila with her stethoscope. Your passion's waiting. What's one way you can nudge it awake today? As we wrap this up, picture Leila at 103, still in her white coat, still smiling. She didn't chase longevity, it found her, because she lived with purpose, care, and a steady rhythm. You can do that too, starting today. It's not about being perfect, it's about being present. So, what's your next step? Maybe it's a walk, a call to a friend, or just sitting with a cup of something warm, feeling the steam on your face. This journey's better together, so here's my ask. If this resonated with you, hit that like button. It tells me you're in this with me. Share it with someone who'd love this wisdom, your sister, your coworker, whoever. Subscribe if you haven't, because we've got more to explore, and I want you along for it. Drop a comment too. Let's build a community right here, swapping stories and ideas that keep us all thriving. You're not just watching, you're part of something bigger. Let's make it count.